improve on yourself. You want an updated look. You want to like yourself more, but you want to wait until you drop 20 more pounds because you don't want to invest in clothes. Is that what you're saying? And they're like, exactly, because logically in their mind it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So the next question is, okay, how long have you been at this weight?
Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy V. King. I am a relationship and dating coach to executives and high achiever in Vancouver, BC. And today I have a very, very special guest. Her name is LANI Grass, and she is an expert in first impression and actually dressing well on a confident base. So I want you, everybody here, welcome LANI.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me, Cindy. My name is LANI Grass. I have a company called Backstage. I'm a professional image and confidence coach. One of the things that I do is I help people dress to attract what they want in life. So today we're going to go deeper dive into dressing to attract what you want as women.
Yeah, they're all very excited to talk about some of the issues out there. And I know that YouTube has a lot of information about how to dress as a woman, what looks good. And there's so many information out there. It's overwhelming. And we just want to know the truth. And I'm giving you the truth here today, what that might look like. So what kind of common issue do women have as far as their style, LANI?
Okay, well, women, so let's start. Typically, the normal age of women that I work with is over 40. Typically, okay? So 40 on up. And at this point in your life, what typically I deal with is the women who have issues with that they don't like their body shape, and they tip issues that they wear just a ton of black. If you look at their wardrobe, it's just a lot of black clothes and not a whole lot of colorful clothes. And also just wearing the same style you've worn forever, even hairstyles, right? Just like, oh, this worked for me, and so I'm just going to keep on wearing this. And so those are pretty common issues that I'm dealing with.
Okay, and I totally see that as well when you are working with clients. And the common issue do women have, especially after the age of 40. And some of these women could have gone through like divorce. And I work with women with divorce, and it sounds like that's what you work with as well.
A lot.
And yeah, and they want to date again. What are some of the issues you work with there as far as the style?
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit on a deeper level, not just fashion here. I'm going to go talk about what it's actually like when I'm working with a client, and as far as style, a woman that's going through a divorce or gone through divorce and trying to date again. There's a lot of women hold things in. We're great multitaskers. We're, holding it all together. Sometimes we might have kids from a previous marriage. We are holding the house together, holding our jobs and everything. And it's all like making us feel like we're constricted. And it's hard we're trying to control everything, manage everything, right? And so what happens is, your friends will say, why aren't you dating again? You should get out there. And you're like, oh yeah, I should. Maybe, so eventually people start hooking you up. Maybe you start online dating, and then you start dating again. And then what happens is you go out there and you feel unprepared, not only because it's been a while since you've dated, but also the image that you're coming across. See, women have a hard time separating our psyche from what's, from our outside to what's going on inside. So if you're trying to hold it together, you're stressed out, most likely the image that you're projecting is also constricted, which is not attractive to men in general, right? So what I feel like I'm dealing with a lot of times is a woman dresses very tight, like she wears shirts that are more professional, like outfits that are more professional. They're not, they're not welcoming. They're not beta. They're not feminine enough. It's like their energy is not flowing because you can't be constricted and being, alpha and trying to take care of everything and also just beta. It's like you have to kind of let go and just be energetically more the same. So I really feel like a lot of my clients, I try to help them loosen up, try to look more effortless, try to look more feminine. I mean, within what makes them feel comfortable. But when you start letting go, a lot of my clients, I work from the outside in. So when they feel good about what they look like, everything else flows. You have to have a catalyst, right? And so if you want to look into the mirror and you like what you're seeing and you're feeling like, okay, I'm feeling more relaxed about how I look, I feel more feminine, I feel more attractive, that's going to open up a lot of things in your life for you.
No, it's true. It's such an important part. They say that your internal world is reflecting your external world.
Yeah.
And if you feel that way, what your external, you're projecting that. And it's a natural thing to project it,
Yeah.
especially as a female, just because feeling is such an empowering thing, and gut feeling is so powerful. Men don't really, not a lot of men has that gift, and we're naturally built that way, psychologically and biology wise. So, and working those issues, what you were mentioning, is really learning how to loosen up and just
Yeah.
through. And there's many ways that, even like on a lot of my YouTube show, it's just clearly show how do we loosen it up. I don't only use alcohol. I don't really recommend loosening up through alcohol, like even if you're trying to date out there.
Yeah.
Very common thing, but I would say go and take a bath and just hang out and just listen to classical music and just reset yourself,
Yes.
meditate, things like that, just to recenter yourself. I know your day is really hectic and things are really crazy, but taking care of your feeling is so important, so important. And my next topic is definitely, well, let's talk about hairstyle for women.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Excellent.
just a little bit more lighter, and it's a lot more fun that way, and hair is such a thing these days.
Yeah. So here's a common, without looking at a client, here that I'm talking to, I'm talking in generalities. So in general, if you're trying to loosen up and trying to look updated, because it's one of the things is that, of course, when we're trying to go back into the dating world again, it may have been quite a while and you need an updated look, right? You can't wear what you wore in the 20 years ago when it was working for you. You think you've tweaked it, but you probably haven't tweaked it enough if it feels really familiar. So you need to go to the hair salon and you need to tell them, I need a new style, not something so different that it's going to make me feel uncomfortable, probably. Okay, because confidence is attached to how good you feel about yourself. And if you're going 180 degrees different in a hairstyle, you may not feel comfortable or ready for that. And then that's going to affect your confidence. So stay within what is doable for you. But in general, like you can look at, for instance, my hair. I straightened my hair. Maybe it looks effortless. It wasn't effortless. I had to, get a good cut. I had to, put hair product in it. I straightened it. I did put effort into it, but it looks like it's just, it's mobile, it's touchable, right? It looks mobile. It doesn't look like I put a bunch of hairspray in it. So here's the, looking effortless, looking attractive to men. It's like you have to look like you're touchable, right? Not like you're so constructed and constricted in what you wear. So in general, your hairstyle should just look more effortless, and looking more effortless makes you look younger.
It's true.
Hot tip.
I really like that tip, especially trying to look effortless and it looks more natural. Here's the thing, ladies out there. Men buy with their eyes. They fall in love with their eyes, right? And women fall in love with their ears. And if you don't look presentable, they won't even want to approach you because you look sad. And not a lot of men are attracted to sad women, to be honest with you. It's just psychological biology.
Yeah.
For men, they're looking for a healthy, happy woman. And if you don't look healthy and happy and put together, and that's starting with just as simple as your hair, just get up and straighten it and get it properly cut. And if you do have grays, I don't know LANI, what do you recommend if women have grays and how to
Okay.
take care of that?
So there's a
Dying.
great, this is in 2017, this is a great topic.
Yeah.
Okay, for many reasons. Number one, you see women running around with fully gray hair, and a lot of women dyeing their hair gray. You know, that pretty, you know, that it's almost a lavender gray. It's a very
Yes.
pretty shade.
Yeah.
So let me give you a couple of rules of thumb. Okay, the women that can get away with dyeing their hair, that is that pretty, you know, shade that's on trend. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
They
I do.
generally have a younger looking face.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to tell you what works, that there's a finesse of style. Okay, so it looks really great if you have a face that looks youngish. Okay, if you so if you don't want to dye your hair, that's fine, as long as it's complementary to your skin color. This is why some women look fabulous in all white hair, and some women just look old in all white hair. Okay, it does matter, as it has to do with your core values. I understand that, but I'm talking about a woman that's trying to date again, right? Is this what we're talking about, Cindy?
Yeah,
Because I can't
absolutely.
make a statement for everyone,
Yeah.
because gray hair is beautiful and you should accept yourself as you are. But we're talking about first impressions here. And if you're
Yeah.
trying to date again, you need to look your best.
Yeah.
And we're talking about what's attractive to the opposite sex. So gray hair, if your natural gray hair matches your skin, and you know if it's going to look complementary, and you can wear a little makeup and it looks really nice, then go with it. If it makes you look haggard, like you are just overworked and overtired, then dye it.
Yeah.
That's the guideline.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're
I
asking my professional opinion.
Yeah, I totally dot on what you're saying, because, you know, I'm a very busy woman, and I know there's a lot of executive women out there are busy. And be quite honest with you, I didn't know if I wanted to dye my hair or not. And like what LANI was saying, silver is the lavender color is a new thing. And that's what I actually did to my
Yeah.
own hair.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I actually bleached it and I put until silver because I'm getting silver growing in.
Uh-huh.
And I did ombre, so if you can already see, it's effortless. If I forget to dye my hair, it just grows out naturally. You know, and just ask your hairstylist and get them to dye it where the point where it's like effortless, but you still put together, and it's just so simple, something like that. Yes, you might be sitting there for 5 hours or a little bit longer to get your hair done. Just bring a book and just relax yourself and center yourself for that day, that you're going to get a new trend, and that's totally fine. Highlights is totally great too. Ombre is great as well.
Yes.
You know, that is very in trend, and especially if you're dating out there, I always recommend, not only just for dating, just overall in women in general, and just take a break and just breathe in and just take care of yourself. And we're talking about getting other people to take care of you, because as a woman, we already know that we're taking care of everybody else except for us at the end of the day. LANI, is that true?
That's so true. It's so important to show up for yourself and to take care of yourself, because you know what? If you don't do it, there literally is nobody else on the planet that can do that for you.
Yeah.
You have to show up to even have other people take care of yourself. You have to if you have to put it in your schedule, then do it. Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention about the remark about the gray hair, that can make it look better. If you want to keep your gray hair and you like the color against your skin, be careful to style it, because gray hair, as it grows out, is coarse, and you know that it's coarse. It's not the same texture that it was when you were younger. So you're going to have to deal with that. If you want to keep it and you want to look nice, then you're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's straightening, whatever you need to do,
Yeah.
curling it,
Yeah.
take a little more time.
Yeah.
The point is make it intentional.
Yeah, make it with purpose. And if you
Yes.
don't know how to do like dyeing hair, just go to the salon and
Yes.
create a budget for yourself and as a gift for yourself. And don't ever feel guilty. I know a lot of moms are out there, they feel guilty spending the money on themselves. But if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of anybody else around you?
Exactly.
So, right?
It's so important.
Yeah. So we want to talk about what age typically that you work with women, and I know that you were talking about earlier, but what's your normal clientele?
My normal clientele as image consultant is between 40 and 60. Typically, I don't work with, I have worked with a couple ladies younger than that, but typically over 40.
Okay.
And that's to the point where I think that, we get caught up in our lives. We're really busy. We haven't given a lot of thought into staying updated. We need some help, and we're thinking, how do I look, best I can at this age?
Yeah.
We want to age gracefully, right? So maybe I need to hire outside help. That's where I come in.
Yes.
To do that for you, because everyone is different, right?
Yeah.
And I work with what you're comfortable with, but it's really about you liking what you see in the mirror.
Yeah.
And taking the time and showing up for yourself every day, because as women, in our jobs, in our families, in our marriages, relationships, you can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Yeah.
And when you feel good about yourself, it just spills over into every aspect of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how we are wired.
Yeah, we're just wired differently. So, and it's just a different type of support. And, and I totally see that. We're just saying we're not against you, what you are trying to juggle around. But what we're trying to do is just make your life that much effortless. And asking for help, always, any mom out there or executive would feel shameful, but it would actually enhance you from the next level. And that's talking about like, what is your biggest complaint about these women have, and how do you typically work with them?
Okay. The number one complaint that I hear from women all across the board is, well, I really, I'd like to work on myself, but or maybe buy some new clothes or have you work with me, but I want to lose some weight first. And here's what I ask, and I say, okay, so you're telling me that you want to improve on yourself. You want an updated look. You want to like yourself more, but you want to wait until you drop 20 more pounds because you don't want to invest in clothes. Is that what you're saying? And they're like, exactly. Because logically in their mind, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So the next question is, okay, how long have you been at this weight?
Yeah.
And then they typically answer is, oh, I don't know, maybe a year. Okay, maybe it's like 2 or 3. I said, okay, so you're telling me that you put your life on hold and you're willing to continue to put it on hold until you get to this desired weight? Like how, right? So this is really what happens. This is the opposite of what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
We need to work on ourselves right where we are.
Yes.
And this is what I tell people, find something that you love about yourself right now.
Mm-hmm.
Find something about the process. So this is funny. I give a talk. It's called Dress with Intention, Harnessing the Law of Attraction. And in my talk, I say, find the thing that you love about yourself. And for me, it's my ankles. Okay, it's kind of strange. It doesn't matter how much weight I gain, even when I'm pregnant, my ankles, they they taper in, they have a nice shape. I'm the person that can wear ankle straps. Okay. It doesn't mean that I like my body. It means that I like my ankles pretty much all the time. So I'm going to start there. And I'm going to buy cute shoes, and I'm going to wear skirts because I'm going to show off my ankles.
Yes.
So what I would do is I would buy cute shoes, wear a skirt, and I would camouflage the parts that I didn't like as well by wearing nice sweaters over it or a jacket or something, and I'd show off the part that I like. But what happens is I feel good about myself, so I can go to work, I can go networking, do whatever I want, and I feel good about myself because I like to look at my ankles. And it
Mhm.
starts there. And what happens is when you feel good about yourself, when you start, then it's a catalyst for your confidence. And then whatever you want to do, if you want to lose weight, if you want a promotion, if you want to start a business, whatever you want comes to you more effortlessly. But you have to start. You don't keep it putting it off saying, I will when I lose this weight.
Yes.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, it's totally true. I totally want to share a little bit about my story based on what you were also saying. I also had one point struggle with my weight just because my hormone was not where it should be, and I gained a whole lot of weight. And instead of like putting myself down where I didn't want to date or didn't want to do this, didn't want to buy new clothes, and like you were saying, pick up one part of your body that is actually working for you. And that was also was my feet. My
Yeah.
feet was working, and I always bought nice shoes for myself.
Yay.
And it's so totally true. It's like I had really nice lips and nice teeth, so I really bought like nice lip color. So I'm wearing
Yes.
coral color. You always see
You're
that I'm
doing
always
great.
wearing.
I noticed that today, by the way.
Yeah, thank
Very
you.
nice.
Those little thing is such a big factor about who you are. If you have nice eyes, maybe the biggest focal point is actually doing a cat eye or just doing a shadow, an eyeshadow, and that's totally fine. Like it starts with somewhere. I didn't like give up on myself and I say, well, maybe in a year I will lose that another 15 pounds. I didn't have that attitude, and I want every woman who is watching this video is going through that struggle, and it could be health problem or whatever it might be. I'm not saying men won't date you. I'm just saying men will date you if you have one part that you really love about yourself. Like LANI was saying, it was her ankle. For me, it was my lips and probably having nice shoes. And I always had
Yeah.
nice heels on. And that was very empowering about myself. And, if it might be you have nice hands, we'll just start with that. The
Yes.
weight thing will go as you slowly start to discover who you really are and you be
Yeah.
comfortable in your own skin. It doesn't matter like how you were saying before, like, 1 year ago, I will lose that 25 pounds and then I'll hop on board. It doesn't work that way. You need to learn how to be present and love yourself, regardless if there is a man loving you or not. Do you agree,
Exactly.
Lanny?
That is, yes, you nailed it just perfectly. And that's what happens is one of the things I like to say is fall in love with the process and the results will follow.
Yes.
Okay, you have to love yourself right here and now because it's paramount to your success. Okay, you can't put off these things that you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Everything builds on that.
Yeah.
Think about a time. Okay, we all have this story. So let's say we're in our early 20s and we're so hard on ourselves. We're like
Yeah.
so mean, like, wow, I don't like my body. I don't like my hair. Look
Yeah.
at this. We're so, degrading to ourselves. And then now we look at those pictures and we're like, what was I thinking? You could
Mm-hmm.
write a letter to your younger self. The
Mm-hmm.
first paragraph would be like, what on earth are you thinking? You're crazy, right? We're always hard on ourselves. It's a mistake. It was a mistake then. It's a mistake now. And 20 years down the road, you would be saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So stop it. Take care of yourself. Stop the self-loathing and start loving yourself right where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Yep, I totally agree with you on every point of that. And I want to get into the age range. And I know
Okay.
that skin is such an important thing
Yes.
as a woman. And normally as we age, so does our skin and so
Yes.
does our confidence affects.
Yes.
What do you recommend in that
Okay.
situation?
Okay, so it's a great point. And because this is a real world issues that women deal with over the age of 40, we start thinking about our skin, right? And we start thinking, because I work with a lot of women with image and style, and they're like, oh, I can't wear skirts without pantyhose anymore. I hear that all the time. And I can't wear a V-neck shirt, even though the V-neck looks better on my body. You know, it shows I can't wear it because I don't like the way my skin looks. I keep hearing, I don't like the way my skin looks. Number one, you need to use lotion and use it regularly, but there are actually products that you can use that help even out your skin discolorations that'll give you the body confidence you need to show your skin again. One of the products that I use is called Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs. Okay, so Sally Hansen is known as a nail brand. They also make a line of body products. They're tinted. There's like a body makeup. There's a spray on, and then there's a cream, and you can, so I use the cream. It looks like a self-tanning, like a thicker self-tanning lotion, and you mix it with lotion and you rub it on your legs, and it gives you that beautiful kind of like the light bronze look, but it also covers imperfections in your skin. It looks totally natural, and your skin has a nice sheen. All of a sudden you can wear a skirt without any pantyhose, which always looks better and a lot more inviting. So I wear that all the time. It doesn't come off on your clothes. You just let it dry for like 15 minutes. And you can take a shower later and it comes off. There's also self-tanning products. There's like, if you have skin on your chest, like, I don't know if you can see, like when you're wearing a V-neck, this area through here, you can use that makeup, or you can use even like put lotion on and put a little bit of bronzing powder on to kind of even that discoloration and just brush it on. And it doesn't come off on your clothes unless you're wearing like a white, you know, if you put too much on, it might rub off on a white t-shirt, but typically I don't ever have any problem. But that evens the discoloration in your skin and makes you feel a lot more confident. There's different ways that you can show more skin and feel more confident about your body just the way it is. And typically, you know, when the weather warms up and we're outside gardening or walking around, you're going to get a little bit more color on your legs and your arms, and typically you can get away with showing a lot more skin. In the summer, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, taking care of your skin as we age. You know, I do want to add a point on that. Just like go and get yourself a facial if you never had gone. Get a facial. There's nothing, and that would actually help you center yourself as a female, as a feminine energy, just taking care of your skin. And I know that everybody's skin is totally different. Some are more oily, some of them are more dry, and it depends on what environment that you are. And maybe if you're always living in a rain season, like where I am living in Vancouver, it's always raining here, maybe the tanning thing won't work really well because we're always covered up, right?
Yes.
But
Agreed.
Yeah, just get a good I would just go and get a facial done on a, you know, maybe once in a couple years, or sorry, once a month or something like that, or once every other month, just to keep it pampering your skin and just take care of your skin, because at the end of the day, that's first impression. You want to have that beautiful glow that a lot of people are talking about, like when they were pregnant, they had the beautiful glow. And taking care of your skin, having it glow, makes a huge difference in your confidence, and you feel probably relaxed coming out from that. Is that a good tip for LANI about someone who's not living in like green season?
Absolutely. So that is it's a great tip. And you have beautiful skin, by the way, Cindy.
Thank you.
So good skin is not accidental. Most of the time, some people are born with better skin than others, but if you want to take care of it over the years, then definitely you have to use good skincare products, be moisturizing, use sun protection. Even if you live in a rainy climate, I'm living in Portland, Oregon. It rains here all the time, just like it does where you are, Cindy. I still need to use sun protection because the sun is still coming through and aging. So use a moisturizer with a sun protection in it. Always use moisturizer all over your body. Get your facials. Your future self is going to thank you.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just take care of it as you age. You will age gracefully, and instead of dealing with sunspot all over your skin. And talking about like black hair, dark spots. You know, why is a lot of women are wearing black in general? And are they like obsessed with black?
Completely.
What's your thought on that?
Yeah. So as I say that, I'm going to show you here. So I wear black, but this is like an emerald green color I have on. women wear black, a lot of black. Many, especially around here where the weather's cooler, it seems to be a staple color. Here's a way you can judge if you're wearing too much black. Go look in your closet and take an eyeball at it. If you see quite a bit of black, like more than 50% black, then you have too much. Black is great. It's a great color. You should definitely implement it in your wardrobe. It can be a color that you can wear when you want to minimize and something. So a good silhouette when I'm trying to minimize and I want to look sharp and I don't want to worry about what I look like is I wear like a black top and a black skirt, and then I'll wear like a colorful jacket over it. Like that's a great staple look. So I'm always going to have black in my wardrobe, but I'm not going to completely have too much black, because black is not in itself, it's not even really a color.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really complement anybody, right? So it looks good as a accent color or like a foundational color in pockets, but don't wear too much of it because it just brings you down. Like I can see myself in this video. So I was just showing you this blouse, you see, with my black hair. If I'm just all black, it's just too much. It doesn't add anything to me, right? Let's say your outfit, you have black on, it's like an accent.
Yeah.
And so it serves a purpose. Like I said, if you have too much black in your wardrobe, then you just start working those out of your rotation and bringing in more color.
Yeah.
Okay, and just being strategic about where you use black. But yes, that is something that I talk about. That's the thing about most women's closet is we have too much black. We rely on it too much.
Yeah, it's I totally agree with you on that, especially when I was talking about online dating. You see a lot of people wearing black, especially a lot of women out there. And as you know, as you get older, that's just a comfortable color.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You
Yes.
know, if you want to catch a man's eye, wear color. So like red,
Yes.
pink, maybe like a green, like an emerald green, or like a really like a pink, kind of like a coral pink.
Yeah.
And it just pops right in the lenses right away. You can see a lot of my picture online as well on my Facebook. It clearly shows that red, it really makes it stand out. And maybe red is not a good color for you. I'm not saying go with red, but I'm saying go anything beside black.
Yeah.
Just to make you stand out a little bit more than the rest of the women out there, especially if you have gone through a divorce and you're going back on dating. Get that immediately, get some color in there. And you don't have to be the rainbow color. You just have to have a good solid like foundation, and it could be coral pink. That's totally cool as well, but just don't wear black all the time.
Absolutely.
Is that correct, LANI?
That's perfect. And the thing is, that when you wear color, so okay, let's just talk real here. We know we have too much black. Let's just say that.
Yes.
Okay. But when you wear colorful clothes, does not make you feel good on that day that you wear that? If you wear a pretty color, does that change the way you feel about yourself? It did maybe probably take some effort out of your comfort zone. That's the only reason we wear mainly black, because it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
When you take the effort to put in color in your wardrobe and you wear it, you do feel better about it. And people comment on it, do they not?
Yeah, they
Wow,
totally do.
I love that color on you. I should wear more color.
Yeah.
So it's true. So the thing is, you're wearing too much black probably because it's just easy.
Yeah.
So put some effort into it.
Yeah, I totally 100%.
And it'll make you happier.
It does, because black is kind of very droopy, and there's a reason why a lot of people wear black in a sad day, and especially if you're living in rainy season, please wear color.
Yes, absolutely.
We want to talk about, a lot of women do gain weight as we get older, and it's a natural thing, as do. What are your tips on hiding it?
Okay.
If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because it encourages me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have an ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.